All right, Houston Texans still in the mix, right? Still in the mix for the division. A team that's fun to watch, bright future. If you're new to the channel, we make videos for teams that get ignored by the national media. Houston Texans being one of those teams. We're Detroit Lions fans, but we love covering the teams that just don't get covered like they should. So, good news and bad news going into this matchup with the Bucs. And so, let's first take a look at the standings. Texans, man, 3 games back, and it's unfortunate that they let a couple games slip. Oh man, couple games, but you're not totally out of it. You're not 1-7 or anything like that. It's like, hey, we got to get a couple more games going here. And you look at the schedule, it's Bucs, Bengals, Cardinals, and so obviously last week's the one game I'm talking about. You got to have that one against an inferior opponent, but you knew the Panthers were going to beat somebody. You just didn't want it to be you. Buccaneers, Bengals, Cardinals can win 2 out of 3 here. Let's go. So here's the good news and the bad news. So the Texans have struggled running the ball a little bit. And so Devin Singletary is going to start. The bad news is Dameon Pierce is out, but Houston, unable to run the ball, is now going to go to Devin Singletary. And here's the good news. It creates an opportunity for Mike Boone. This is a guy, and this is what happens in the NFL. Guys get injured, things happen, and you get a chance to see some other guys. You never know who can spark you. So the bad news is running game just hasn't been there. You're starting running backs out, but let's give Mike Boone a little shot, huh? Like, let's go a little bit. Now, Mike Boone, I was trying to remember. I was like, man, Mike Boone, that sounds so familiar because remember he had some really good luck, some really good runs with Denver there for a while. So he went to the University of he went to Cincinnati, and then he's been with the Vikings, Broncos, and then now with the Texans. So when he was with the Vikings, pretty solid. He was an undrafted free agent, but had an opportunity to come in a little bit, played 3 seasons there, a little bit on special teams as well. Then goes to the Broncos, signs a 2-year contract, and then he was on injured reserve, had some injuries, but played well, had some things happen for him at Denver Broncos, but then comes here, signs a 2-year contract with the Texans. This guy could be a spark. You just never know. So you've got the quarterback, you've got the wide receivers playing well, defense is playing well. Need the running game. Just need to run the ball and stop the run. That's the NFL. It's just what works. It's what'll always be the case when you are trying to win and establish a culture is, all right, can we run the ball a little bit? Like, wouldn't that just help the quarterback tremendously? So the good news is you've got an opportunity to bring in a guy and just see what happens. So Mike Boone says, and this is what he did kind of, look, every week I come in with the mindset that you never know when your number is going to be called. We work to have an opportunity like this. It's here, it's now, and it's all about being prepared. The Texans gave him a little bit of opportunity last week. He had an 11-yard reception on a 3rd and 7 midway through the first quarter. His production helped the Texans sustain an offensive drive that led to a 7-0 lead in the second quarter. So here's a guy, just give him a shot. Let's see what we can do here a little bit. The Texans are better with Pierce in the lineup, but Boone is one of the reasons why Coach Ryans is still confident in Houston's backfield against the Buccaneers. Our run game has just been complement of different guys getting the opportunities. Boone had a couple runs in there. He had a really big 3rd down conversion for us on the check down, converting that to a 1st down. He's done some nice things. All 3 guys have done nice things when it comes to the running back position. Let's go. Boone is thrilled with his opportunity and hoping for the best when it comes to Pierce. Absolutely. The Texans are not dead yet. That's the biggest message you can take away from this video. Again, we go back to the standings and you look at this team. They're not dead. The Jags, so I think they still have a game against the Jags. So let's just say you win against the Bucs, lose against the Bengals, beat the Cardinals. There it is. Beat the Jags, beat the Broncos, beat the Jets, beat the Titans. Browns tough. Titans again. Colts. I mean, they're not dead. Stick with it. A lot of games. You've got meaningful games in the month of November. That's all you can ask for. And so let me know your thoughts in the comments on this. I love the Texans. I love the future. Everything's good. So you don't expect to go to the Super Bowl this year. But hey, you want to just keep playing meaningful games for as long as you can deep into the season. Lions fan, I know what it's like to just be out of it by November. You're just like, all right. But now it's like, hey, there's some meaningful games. Let's go. So let me know your thoughts in the comments, and we'll see all of you on the next one.